Okay, thank you everyone for joining. Thank you for being here. And yeah, really, really grateful to have some of the ladies that I've met already who joined the first session. And the session is more about us sharing and learning from each other. It's been 7 days of putting yourself first, and we have 14 days to go. So I would love to hear from the ladies and from all of you. How is it going? So perhaps let me take a step back because I wanted to share the top 3 areas that came up in the registration form. So when you all responded to the registration, where do you want to improve the most? The thing that came up at 70% was your self-care habits. 60% was energy levels, and confidence was at 42%. So if I think about self-care habits, I think about energy levels, I think about healthy eating being one of the most practical ways, that we can take care of ourselves from a self-care point of view. Look, it's not about restriction, as we always said, it's about progress over perfection. It's also about nourishing your body, supporting your energy, and then making choices that nourish you as opposed to drain you. And then within all of that is the mindful eating, it's the hydration, and then it's about the reset, the friendly foods that we've been focusing on. So those who've just joined, in the first session, we spoke about 3 key pillars. We had one is self-care, and in that self-care bracket or bucket, if I could call it that, we had things like journaling first things in the morning. We had drinking hot water, lemon with cayenne pepper, as soon as you wake up, just to hydrate your organs. We had looking at taking one mindful meal a day. So whether it be breakfast, lunch, or dinner, which meal would you be able to just switch off from your tech, your devices, find a beautiful space to sit, or, just be mindful of the food that you have in front of you, not standing and rushing to eat or grabbing anything, being mindful what you put on your plate, and then just sitting and enjoying that meal for like 5 to 10 minutes. We also spoke about drinking 8 to 10 glasses of water a day, just to keep hydrated, and then focusing on protein. So that was one of the biggest things that I picked up when I became a vegetarian, is that I realized I wasn't getting enough protein. You think you're eating all healthy, but the key is if you're not getting enough protein, you're constantly feeling hungry and then you're snacking. We also spoke about not eating and snacking in between meals. So you eat between every 4 and 6 hours. So that was a key thing that also came up. And then everyone from my presentation that I gave, they chose little nuggets and things that they were going to put into their routine and their self-care routine. We then spoke about the 21-day reset framework, and that's a framework around your 7 metabolic hormones. So there's 7 hormones in the body that control your metabolism, and the focus for the next 21 days is we were going to reset each one, and each one builds onto the next one. So the first was going to be meat. So we started on Monday. So those who haven't started with us yet, meat, the metabolic hormone that it's aligned to is estrogen. And estrogen is the hormone that lights up your mood, it lifts your serotonin, it makes you feel great. It's that good feeling hormone. So if you reduce meat, and with meat goes alcohol, those two together form part of the estrogen reset. So we did those on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Thursday, we started with sugar. And I think we all understand, the drawbacks of eating too much sugar, how it impacts you. A lot of people, I think like 70% of Americans now have diabetes or diabetes type 2. So reducing sugar after 3 days, your insulin levels become more stable. It resets that hormone, and you have better immune function. Also, helps with your heart health. So it really is a big one, and it's a difficult one. And I was sharing my story about honey, how I love honey, and honey is also sugar. So a lot of people say, okay, well, if I'm cutting out sugar, then I can have the fake sugars, and you can't have the fake sugars either in the sugar reset. So it's cutting out all sugars, fake sugars, completely removing that from your diet. So we would have then started that with Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And then today we started with fruit. So fruit is aligned to a metabolic hormone called leptin. And leptin is the hormone that governs your appetite. So it signals your brain when you're full. So a lot of people say, oh, but I eat fruit and it's healthy. Yes, but in moderation, because a lot of people don't realize when they're having a fruit smoothie, it's impacting that leptin hormone, and the leptin hormone saying, hey, I'm actually still hungry. So you keep eating. So that is a real big one. So we started the fruit list today. So that is now Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And then part of the if I can call it, the Hi Beautiful entire framework was also community. And Christy on this call, thank you, Christy. She created the WhatsApp group for us. So thank you for that. And that's where we can get to share our experiences, share what's working. See, Caroline also shared a recipe for us. So yes, it's our space to connect, learn, grow together, and just share what's working and what's not working. So I would love to know from the ladies who started with us this week. I would love to know what has been working for you and what has not been working. This is our little check-in just to see where we're at. I'll share first for myself. One of the things that's been working really well is I discovered a new like tea. You take hot water, you add fresh ginger, lemon, no, not lemon, fresh ginger, mint leaves, and cinnamon quills, and you let that sit for a while. And that has been my new go-to favorite drink. I've never had it before, so that's something I've been experimenting with. And then today, I completely forgot it was fruitless. And always before I go to the gym, I always have a bite of a banana. And as soon as I bit it, I was like, oh my goodness, I ended up spitting it out in the dustbin. So that for me was interesting. So I wasn't very mindful today about the fruit, but yeah, I managed to spit that out. So I'm back on track. So yeah, so that's what's been working and not working for me. So who would like to share?
I'll go next.
Okay.
So I think on my side, the thing that I'm happiest about is my sleep. It's been a really
Oh,
good week for my sleep. And I try to prioritize everything to make sure that I sleep well because it just improves every part of your life, in my life at least. So that's what I would say has been going really well. I've been doing well with my water, which has been good and usually quite a struggle for me. If I have sparkling water, I get to my quota easily, but if not,
okay.
then I really struggle usually. So that's been quite a commitment for me. And my protein, I'm very proud of. I've done well
Wow.
with my intake. And I've
Wow.
been struggling without my ostrich patties, if
Okay.
I'm really honest. That's
So
what
what
I
have
would
you
say
been
is my
having
challenge.
instead?
A lot of chicken and tuna,
Okay.
which is
Okay.
great, obviously. But I do love my lean ostrich patties.
Oh wow.
So yeah,
Okay. 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 So that's the thing you're missing the most at the moment.
I would say so. Yes,
Okay.
indeed,
Okay. Okay.
indeed.
Okay, it's great to know, because normally what happens right at the end of the reset, you get to choose one food that you'd like to reintroduce. So yours might be the ostrich patty.
Yes, very much so. But yeah, that
Okay.
would be my summary.
Okay. Okay, beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Who wants to go next?
I'm happy to go next.
Okay.
So what worked really well for me and what I managed to do every day was the lemon and hot water. So that's quite a biggie for me. I'm not sure if there's a correlation with cravings, but I found less cravings with lemon and hot water in the morning. I'm not sure if there's a correlation. And then for the first time in probably 10 years, I'm not taking sweetener anymore. So that's my biggest win. Yes.
Wow.
And no honey. Not every
Mm.
time that I want to like go for the honey tub, then I just see your face and I'm like, no. So that's honey. Um, and yeah, that was my week. And also
Wow.
really do miss the ostrich
And
everything.
wow. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. So the ostrich is a big thing and the ostrich patty. Okay. Okay. How have you been
Family
getting your
thing.
protein?
Struggling. Not there yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Heidi, I see you've got your hand up.
Yeah. Christy, what sweetener did you usually have?
Plato's sweetener.
What is that?
It's the coffee shop franchise, and they have their own specific sweetener, which is probably worse
Oh,
than any label that you can buy in the shops. But I had
okay,
that
so it's
one
like a
every day.
aspartame kind. It's not like a xylitol or
Oh no, definitely not something
okay.
healthy. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
but you
it's
guys
like
mustn't give yourselves
aspartame.
such a hard time, right? Because if you think about it, if ostrich patties are the thing that you're missing the most, it's quite a healthy thing to miss. I mean, there's other
Yes.
people
Yeah.
that are going to be missing their chips, their cakes, their crab rusks, whatever. I mean, it could be a lot worse. So you're doing really well.
So we are all allergic to gluten. My mom, my sister, and I, three of us on the call.
Okay.
So we're not privy to cakes and rusks and those things. That's
Yeah.
why we miss our ostrich patties. But
Funny.
thank you for the encouragement.
Yeah, it's a good point, Heidi, when you ask about like the sweetener, because yeah, the sweeteners are also out when it comes to the sugar, as I mentioned before. And yeah, well done, Christy, for doing that. It's a big thing, very big thing. Okay, who wants to share next?
I can go next. Sorry, there's something
Okay,
wrong with my laptop. I don't know. I can't even put the
don't
camera.
worry.
I don't know. Okay, I think my biggest one was sugar in my coffee. So
Right.
yesterday when I went out to lunch, I actually tried coffee without sugar and I drank it. And actually, I was quite impressed that I quite enjoyed it. So I think
Okay.
that's the one thing which I'm going to try. Well, which I will. I've already made up my mind. I'm going to cut out sugar in my coffee.
Wow,
So
that's a big one.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Otherwise, nothing yet. I think I'm going to battle with the grains. I think I might battle with that a bit. But anyway, we'll see.
But the rest of the week, the meat, the no
No
sugar, and the
problem.
fruit
No.
today, no problem.
No problem, because I eat very little meat, red meat, and but I forgot about tuna. So I think with the tuna, I'm going to try that as well, because I
Okay.
think potatoes we can have right till the end. Is that correct?
Normally sweet potatoes because potatoes are high in glycemic index, high GI. So sweet potatoes is better because it stabilizes your sugar, whereas potatoes will spike your sugar levels. So yes, sweet potato would be better than potato.
But I can have a potato.
A little potato here and there, yes.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Oh yes, and I must say,
Great.
Plato coffee is the best. Talking about Plato,
Haha.
yeah, yes,
Definitely.
yes. They've got a spa around the corner, so then every time I
Oh, there
walk
we
in,
go.
yeah,
Okay.
yes, yes.
Okay. Okay,
Okay.
great. Great. Okay. Who wants to go next? Lizelle, how's it been going for you?
Now, I've just been thinking my highlight of the day is a piece of 70% chocolate after dinner. I suffer with that. So I've actually cheated on that.
Shame. But
so-
you know what, Lizelle? I actually need to remind you, and I didn't mention it last week. You can actually have 85% chocolate. So you can have 80%, 85%. So if
That's
you can
very
find
good
it,
news.
it's good news. So you can
Yes.
go to Checkers. They've got Forest and Feast, Jan's little chocolate range, and it's really delicious, the 85%. So if you're craving that, try that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
I'll definitely do that. I'll definitely do that. Thank you very much. And
Okay,
just to, I
good.
think it was Caroline on the previous one.
Yes.
Caroline, don't worry about the grains. There are very many nice options that we can share with you in terms of not going grains, especially in terms of what you can do with lentils. So I can help you with recipes for that if you want bread or buns or whatever the case may be. I'm also grain-free, so I'm not dreading the grain-free and the dairy-free because I'm already there. But the little sweet thing, yeah, that's really quite a challenge to me. But okay, I'll go for the 85 now. I'm also on the morning with hot water and lemon. So that's also nice. It's quite refreshing actually when you wake up and not have a cup of tea instead. So yeah, I think we can do this. It's a challenge. It's a challenge. But I think it's a good thing. So thank you. So far, so good.
Wow, well done. I'm so
Okay.
impressed, ladies. This is amazing.
Thank
This
you,
is really
Liesel. I'll
amazing.
appreciate maybe a little recipe on the WhatsApp group, something like that. That would be great. Thank you. And
Will
then
do.
and if I can just say, please don't eat Lindt chocolate.
Please don't eat lunch. Oh, no, I'll go for the 85%. I may do that though.
Yeah, no, it's one of the no chocolates.
Really?
I
Why?
think Caroline's sharing, yes, the Lindt has been getting a really bad name in the industry right now for the way
Why
they
is that?
mass produce their Lindt, and yeah, it's not as kosher as we
So
think
to
it is.
husband.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no Lindt and Kit Kat and even Cadbury's. Those are the ones, the no-nos. And the delicious one is actually Ritter chocolate. I believe you can get it at Pick and Pay. That's very good. You just got to look at the amounts, 85% if they've got that.
I
Okay.
see we're all
Okay.
craving chocolate.
Interesting. Because if we hear 85%, we always think, at least in our family, we think Lindt. Like I didn't even know that Forage and Feast had an 85%. That's usually our go-to. So thanks for sharing that, Caroline. Wasn't aware.
Caroline, just share again. What is the ingredient or the substance in Lindt that is not good? I missed on that.
It's the ingredients that they put in, which is supposed to be 100% or whatever it is, chocolate. And if you can actually go on, you can go on AI or something like that, and you'll find out that they, all of a sudden, the manufacturers, I don't know, they're sort of substituting the ingredients with not the original 100% chocolate. It's sort of with oil or whatever it is. It's very interesting. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then Pamela shared a little bit earlier. So Pamela, you said you started a little bit with the sugar this week. And how was that for you?
Yes, I did. It's not easy, especially for someone who wouldn't mind eating chocolates every day. I'm like that. But also, as much as I would say I love chocolates, I'm not one for like sweets. I find I don't, for some reason, I find sweets sweet than chocolate. I don't know why. That's how my mind works. So the best thing for me is just to eat maybe a crunchy or Kit Kat or things like that. But it's something that I will normally eat every second day if possible. So without having those things for the past, I think, is it Thursday or Wednesday? I'm not sure when I saw the message.
Thursday. Yeah, we started
Yes,
Thursday.
yes.
So
So
you started on Thursday, no sugar since Thursday.
yes. How long
Okay.
is it supposed to go for?
It's got to carry on until the end of the 21 days.
Phew.
I
Okay.
know. Just do one day at a time. Just focus on one day at a time, or
I'll
1 hour
try.
at a time.
Yeah, I'll try. So yeah, that's for me, that's a challenge. And then with the fruit thing, I'm not much of a, I don't miss eating a fruit, so I don't think
Okay.
that's gonna be a problem. But with, I understand you said water with lemon. Is um green tea, the green tea with lemon fine instead of maybe just water with lemon?
So the idea is to have hot water and lemon first thing in the morning because it flushes the system and it also hydrates the organs first thing in the morning. When you put like the green tea in, it's got the green tea will spike the cortisol levels. So you can have a little bit of green tea during the day, but no, not first thing in the morning.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
So the good
Yeah, but I'm
thing will be having water with lemon instead of
Yeah,
green
and
tea.
then what you can do, you can add a pinch of cane pepper because the cane pepper almost gives the boost that you or the kick that you get when you have the caffeine. So you can try that
Oh, okay.
and see. Have you been trying that, Christine? Did you try that with the cane pepper? No. Okay.
Not yet. I
Yeah.
actually forgot, and then I just made a note when you
Okay.
mentioned it that I'm gonna add that because we
Try
have.
that.
Mm.
Yeah, it's quite nice. Yeah, it's a bit of a yeah, it's good. It's good. And then for those of you on the call as well, so Heidi, you haven't done anything yet, right? You haven't started with
No.
you're just joining us. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So one thing that did come up as well is everyone on the call drinks coffee. So the
Yes.
idea was to now reduce your coffee intake because the coffee or the caffeine reset is coming up. Lizelle, you've got your hand up and you're on
Also
mute.
mute. Also mute.
Sorry. So can you please just explain to me what is the imbalance with sugar? Because I really like sweet things. So I'm just trying to understand how to approach this. So I know there's an imbalance in the system if you really crave sweet things. What is that and how can we approach that and what can we do about that?
So I think what happens is you don't realize you almost like get sucked into a framework where you're just eating sugar because it's a habit. So we're trying to change the habit first. And after the 3 days, you'll notice it's very interesting, Giselle. You'll notice when you actually don't crave sugar anymore. It's the weirdest thing.
Mm.
You'll go past like a shop and you'll see all the nice sweets in the window and before you would have said, oh, I'm going to have this, I'm going to have that, and you'll walk past it and you won't even think twice. um, it's it's a very strange thing. I think the reason we crave sugar is because our insulin, so basically what happens when you eat sugar, your body releases insulin, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it says, okay, we've got glucose that has come into the system, and now we need to go and we need to use that glucose for energy. So it goes to the muscles and it'll go to the fat cells and it starts using that sugar now and it sends it off to all the different areas. Then what happens? You eat sugar, you eat more sugar. Now the body says, okay, I've already used the glucose now for the muscles, and now I've stored some in the liver because the liver goes and it takes glucose and it changes it into glycogen, and and glycogen gets used in the brain. So the brain likes that a lot. But now once the liver is full with this glycogen and you eat more sugar, now insulin gets released again and they're like, oh my goodness, there's more sugar coming in. I don't know where to put it. I don't know what to do with it. So now it starts saving and storing that sugar in your organs. So, I don't know if you've heard of fatty liver, or you get all these fatty deposits around your organs. Now your body is starting to say, well, I don't know what to do with the sugar anymore that's coming in, or the glucose that's coming in. The glucose is coming in, so it could come from the potato because it's got a high glucose. It'll come in and the body will say, I don't know what to do with it anymore. We can't store it. We can't use it. And we now just not, and now it will just start being added into all the other organs in your body, which is ultimately dangerous. So the reason we do the reset on the sugar first is because you then reset the insulin so that when you go through the reset, by the end of the reset, you won't be having those sugar cravings anymore. It's something you need to experience to understand it. And then the body, what happens now, because you're not getting the glucose in, it says, well, I need glucose now to move for my muscles, whatever, and it'll go and fetch the glucose from the fat cells. And it'll say, hey, we've got glucose that's been stored here in the fat and it's been stored here in the liver, and it'll start taking the glucose from all the different organs in the body. So, and ultimately that's also how people end up losing weight, by reducing the sugar. So I don't know does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Thank you. The fruit is also going to be a challenge for me because I have 1 or 2 fruits every single day of my life, but I'm going to give it a go and not go there and see. And if you say it takes a couple of days, I'd love to see that and see the effect of that on my craving for sweet things.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. Like they say, we have these taste buds and they're so tiny, and yet we get controlled by them. These little taste buds, they literally control our lives, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. So thank you for those questions, and thank you everyone for sharing. So now we're going into week 2. So our focus for the week is still going to be around the self-care, right? So it's still going to be around the journaling. How are you feeling? What's working, what's not working. Still looking at the hot water and lemon in the mornings, having that one mindful meal a day, drinking the 8 to 10 glasses of water a day. For the ladies that are on the call that haven't seen the replay from last week, I was sharing how it's actually quite easy to get 8 to 10 glasses of water in. You just get a big bottle of water. I have like a flask that I carry with me. I fill it up. I know it's got 2 glasses of water. As soon as it's finished, I fill it up and it goes with me everywhere. So it's very easy to get your water in. And then making sure you get enough protein. So 25 grams of protein per meal. So that's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So we're going to still focus on that for week 2. And then for the food part, or the reset metabolic part, we started with the fruitless today. So it's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday, we're starting with the caffeine. So has everybody been reducing their caffeine on this call? Raise your hand if you've been trying to reduce your caffeine. No. Okay. So are you just going to go cold turkey? Oh, Caroline has. Okay, great. Are you guys just going to go cold turkey on the caffeine? You're going to try? Okay, cool. It'll be interesting to see. Okay. And then Saturday, so it's 3 days. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of no caffeine. And then we're going to start with the grain-free. And I love the fact that you ladies have got all these recipes. I was making a note here. please would love these recipes of all the grain-free options because, yeah, I think that's going to be a big one for me. I will also share on our website, I've updated the articles for week 2. So you'll see that there is a little overview of week 2. So let me just share my screen and then you can see that. It doesn't show that. Hold a sec. You see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. So if you go to the website, you'll see we've got our quick actions and there are articles. So if you click on articles, these were the week 1 articles. I think it's still important to go and read these. Remember the coffee, which was if you want to go coffee free, it normally happens in 10 days. So Pamela, you were talking about the green tea. You'll see there's a green tea details here. Let me just open this up quickly just to remind everybody. So maybe you ladies that are still drinking coffee, you maybe want to reduce and go into a little bit of this. So it says day 1 to 3, say goodbye to your last cup of coffee. Day 3 to 5, greet the day with a mug of black tea. And then day 6 to 8, you can switch to green tea or white tea. And then day 10, it's herbal tea. So that's why I was so excited to share that recipe that I discovered with the cinnamon. Okay,
Yes,
so
what's
that's something
white tea?
to consider. Sorry?
What is white tea?
Oh, white tea is like jasmine tea. It's like all those Chinese teas. You can actually you
Okay,
can
so
find
it's
them
different
quite
to herbal.
easily. It's almost like a, yeah, I would say it is a herbal
It's a
tea.
herbal. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
cool.
It is a herbal tea. Yeah, good question, actually. It's not that. Okay, cool. All right. And then these were the reset guidelines. I think these are important. So maybe you just want to go and you want to read these again. Water, the vegetables, clean protein, healthy fats, everyday move, even if it's after every meal, supplement, make sure you're getting enough fiber. We spoke about a minimum of 5 cups of veggies a day. So you can read that article. So there's some nice articles there. And then week 2. So this is where we're going. So week 2 is the caffeine. So like we said, that's going to start on Wednesday. And the caffeine resets your cortisol. So this is the one that we're constantly living in. If we're working and we're under stress and we're feeling pressure, literally this also increases your blood pressure. So the caffeine is a big one because it ultimately also resets and helps your adrenal glands. So you'll be able to see and read up about the caffeine, 6 ways to wake up without caffeine. So you could try your chi walking. It's a big thing at the moment. People are trying to do that. There's sun salutation, which is yoga. You can do energizing yoga, breath, meditation, 5 minutes of burst training if you're feeling like getting up in the morning and holding a plank for a minute or push-ups and then you'll see supplement. You can supplement with decaffeinated green tea. And then we're going to go into the grain-free. And the grain-free reset is the one where we're going to be resetting our thyroid. So remember, we're adding on, every 3 days we're adding on something else. So the grain-free is thyroid. And this is the one where we're not going gluten-free flour. It's no flour. So it's all grains. So I'm really, really grateful that Christy and Nazal and Monique have got some nice recipes to share. I think we're going to need that, specifically around this grain-free. So what you can, instead of grains, you can have lettuce. There's coconut flour you can use, sweet potato, cup noodles, flax and dehydrated crackers, and dry roasted seaweed. I don't know if I would have that, but yeah, that is an option. And then the idea is to make sure you're getting enough vitamin D every day. So that's what we're going to be looking at for the next reset 4 and 5. And if I close this, if you go to the top of the website, you'll see there's the reset framework. And there's also some, and ladies that are on this, if you can just read the guidelines and the preparation. So we're going into week 2. So if you look at week 2, it'll say, so Lizelle, you'll see there, cravings often reduce. Energy becomes steadier, sleep may improve. So Monique, your sleep will may even get better, which is good to hear. And then healthy habits feel easier. So that's the week we're going into now. And then there are some recipes as well that we have here. So you can have a look at some of these recipes. There's some nice ones. Lizelle, I think you might like this one, the almond butter fudge bars for your sweet tooth. And maybe Pamela as well. They're really tasty. So there's some nice recipes there. Okay. So ladies, any questions?
Nothing from my side at this point in time.
Okay.
All good from me. Thanks, Nat.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So remember, let's keep our WhatsApp group going. Let's perhaps, I know some of us are communicating with friends and family, but it would be nice, especially with the grain, if you ladies could share some of your recipes. That would be great. And then I thought one little thing we could do under self-care this week, always like to see if I can add one little thing, is a lot of women lack magnesium. So I encourage each and every one of you to have an Epsom salt bath. So you take 1 cup of Epsom salts and you add it to your bath and you have that. And you can have it as many times as you want this week. But try for at least 1 Epsom salt bath this week. Yeah.
How much you put in?
1 cup.
Oh,
1 cup.
Okay.
Yeah,
And it
1
can
cup
help
of
with
Epsom
those sleep
salts.
as well.
And it helps with sleep. Yeah, exactly. So Monique's going to be sleeping like a baby.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like a baby, imagine at the end of this reset.
You'll be
Imagine
comatose, girl.
clocking 10 hours.
You've got a very cute dog there, Monique.
Is that a little
Yeah.
dog or a cat? Oh, it's
No,
a
no,
dog.
No, this is the dog. Just now you had a
Greyhound, she's
cat.
very sweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, cute,
Oh,
man.
baby.
Is it a
Gorgeous.
puppy?
Yes, he's 11 months old. A little
Oh,
baby,
wow. Oh,
but
wow.
fully
Is he a
grown.
greyhound?
Indeed, Italian greyhound.
Yeah.
Oh.
Lovely.
Hardly
Lovely,
see
lovely.
them. Yeah.
Okay, ladies.
Okay, thanks so
So
much.
yeah, thank you for joining the check-in. We'll check in again next week, see how it's going.
Perfect.
Be gentle with yourself And yeah, keep going and well done. Really, really impress everybody that's on it. And Heidi, we're looking forward to hearing your feedback next week. And Pamela.
Cool. Thank you.
Cool.
Thanks,
Okay, thanks
everyone.
everybody.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
weekend.
Bye.
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 Thank
Bye.
you, Natasha. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.